Hi, this is Dr. John Grazel, and this is one of our 3 orientation videos. What we hope to do is to help you sort of orient yourself to what is a lot of material in different separate parts. And this one focuses on the very question of how can this material help me possibly get hired to work in international development. And in fact, one of its topics, which has to do with youth and employment, gives one of the secrets itself, which is just don't try to get hired for work, begin to try to get hired to provide service. But beyond that, it has very pragmatic implications how you look at it. If you want to get hired by somebody, you have to realize that they're hiring you to solve a problem. And therefore, you have to understand their problem. And what we try to present in this book is an understanding of many of the complex problems in different subfields. Now, if you want them to think you can solve their problem, you have to also sort of impress them that you have the tools. And we present certain of the series of videos on tools. You also want to let them understand that you have an understanding of the larger picture as well as specific real-world experiences. So it's not just theory to you. You already have an empirical basis on which to build. And then we have our case studies. You also have a need to show to them that you have acquaintance with the fact that there are real methodologies for approaching things, from assessment and evaluation and participation. That doesn't mean you actually have to know the methodology that you're going to use, but that you are comfortable with using and, if necessary, learning new methodologies. And lastly, what's really important is that even as you are seeking to be hired to meet their needs, you better be careful that you're going to be actually comfortable and compatible with those needs. And that's going to require 2 things if you're truly, sincerely interested in working in ways that truly benefit and help us build a better world. And one of those is that you're going to have to want to understand that the pragmatics have to be put into a context of principles, that everything is not just a hired gun, that there are principles and one should be clear of one's principles and build the pragmatics in the context of the principles. And the second is to be aware that things are complex. They're not simple. And therefore, one neither ever makes a claim of absolute certainty, nor does one sort of accept being totally controlled and encapsulated by predetermined solutions that may not give you the flexibility for really solving the problem at hand. So those are 2 concerns that affect not so much if they'll hire you, but whether you want to be hired. Now, once that happens, then material like this hopefully will help you understand that you have to ask yourself, what actually is the problem that I am supposed to solve? And to do that, you have to understand not only who is supposed to be the beneficiary, but also what is the context in which you are supposed to work to solve or assist that beneficiary, and what are the options you have. And that's very important, because the more you're aware of options, the more one becomes confident of the other person being able to adapt. And that's the other thing, hopefully, these materials can show you, that in fact, we're dealing with highly complex and dynamic situations, and the most appropriate response is one of flexibility and the ability to tame a situation pragmatically for the moment, but not lose sight of the larger principles that on which it is based, and also the ability to see how to give it value added, because you see connectivities to what are also additional potential benefits, as well as how to protect it from damage because you see connectivity to other potential factors that might intrude on what seems your simple solution. So, material like this can help you make people have confidence of your awareness of the various factors, skills, capacities, and objectives that are necessary to work successfully to solve their problem, as well as your own orientation and philosophy with which they hopefully will be comfortable and which you have to be comfortable if you're going to work for them. And then the last thing is really a very simple, and it does come out of international development. The most wonderful examples of many international development successes have come out of some of the most difficult situations, not the easy situations, because easy situations invite the application of established prescription solutions. Complex, difficult situations invite rethinking, reformulation, and learning with doing. And therefore, if you want to get hired, as well as if you really want to also get deeply involved in the most meaningful fashion and learn as much as you can, the best thing to do is to be able and willing and ready to go where few others wish to go and to do the job that few others wish to do. And if you take that attitude, and it's not meant as a attitude of resignation, but an attitude of positive optimism, that you actually feel that what others avoid because they are afraid of being challenged to not only learn but transform themselves and the situation you welcome, well can be the thing that makes you the most attractive when you are looking for a job.